Let's talk about something Emoji tries sometimes to do, which is dance. We have Mecca here coming in off the dance floor into our studio. Welcome, Mecca.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
It's exciting.
So I just want to address the tension in the room. You two competed against each other in Vermont Track Idol, and
He's like, oh yeah.
and you beat her. Correct. Wiped her.
He doesn't even remember.
I
He was like, was I there that night?
did. It was a fun night. I liked
It was,
that was
fun.
It
Yeah.
was all good fun. All good fun. There were tennis rackets and finger lights and slaying the house down boots.
Boots. Yeah, I think Nikki loves to bring up any time that I was the third best anything. So there it was.
Well, I see that the tension has resolved. I'm glad that I brought that up.
We
There
can breathe the
was no
same
tension.
air. It's good. It's good.
Except for the fact I heard a little discussion beforehand that you unfriended her and then you had to refriend.
No, I think I liked your Emoji Nightmare page. I was something
I always felt like we were connected.
Yeah,
and then
well,
all
I
of a sudden-
mean, 1 degree of separation.
That is That's true. And I was just always like, I was like, oh, we're already friends. And then I went to go message you or do something, and I was like, oh, I guess we're not friends. Okay, cool. But we are now. We are now. You know, there are some people who are very block friendly in this community, and I'm not one of them.
Well, so we
Dance
just
around that subject.
Yeah.
Right.
How did you get into dancing? Like, what inspired you to start?
So it was actually when I went to Linden State College, and I was a peer leader, and our team helped coordinate the orientations for the incoming freshmen. And like a tradition we had every year, it was like the day before classes started, we put on this like thing called the variety show where we did like skits of like cool things like from the year that the freshmen were born up until present. And one year our ending dance thing was Party Rock Anthem. Like, so we had to like learn to shuffle or whatever. And this was back in 2011, I want to say. And I could not dance. Like, if you asked me if I could dance, I'd be like, nah. And so I like learned that there, and I was like, this is really cool. And I like went on YouTube and found more videos of people shuffling and stuff. And I had taught myself how to shuffle, and kind of the rest is history. Like, I've just like, every time I see like YouTube videos where someone's dancing really cool, I'm like, oh, I want to learn that. That looks really cool. And now we're here.
Do you need to have music to dance? Like, I'm very curious about this. Like,
yes and no.
okay.
Yeah.
But I wondered if you can show us something. Like, we have all sorts of copyright issues here because we're so official on VCAM. But no, but I would love to like see something after the segment if it's possible. If you could show us the shuffling and such.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So the only shuffle that I know is like the Cupid shuffle. Is this what we're talking about?
We're not. We're talking about
Card shuffling.
I can shuffle a deck of cards. Yeah. We're talking about the Melbourne Shuffle. It was like an underground like rave style dance that I think it like started up in like the 90s in Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne Shuffle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Party Rock Anthem, in their music video, they used that dance because I guess the choreographer was in Australia, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, and now it's here. So it's a lot less underground now, but that's where it came from. And that was the first style I learned. It was very cool.
Wow. And so you said that you learned all of these different dance styles from YouTube videos?
Yeah.
What are some of the other styles that you got into?
So after Melbourne Shuffle, I think, voguing was the next thing I found through a friend just linking me a video of like it was like actually a European ball, I think. And like I was like, what are they doing? I was like, this is really cool. And so then like just related videos, I started like going through it, and I was like, oh, so this is what this comes from? And I'm like, oh, this is what category is means. This is where Yas came from. And now we're here. I mean,
So when you're talking about voguing, we're not talking about Madonna's like Vogue.
yes, we are actually.
We are, okay.
Yeah. So voguing, there's 3 like distinct styles of voguing. Madonna's Vogue, it was choreographed by. If you know who choreographed this, please don't kill me. I want to say it was. I want to say it was like Jose Extravaganza. I want to say that.
Birth name, I'm sure, right?
Was,
Extravaganza.
Like what?
The House of Extravaganza. Come
Yeah.
on, girl.
It was-
Paris' burning.
It was
I
either,
don't know.
yeah,
I don't know
think it was
anything.
either Willy Ninja or Jose Extravaganza. I want to say it was Extravaganza. I'm sorry, I don't know. But that's called Old Way, which is a lot of the like posing and like framing, and it's a lot of like making like lines and doing all this. And so there's Old Way, and the New Way is kind of it's like Old Way, except you've got like a lot of like quicker hand motions and like a lot more like snappy stuff, and it's a lot more flexibility too. Nowadays, you'll see a lot of people like doing ridiculous contortions with New Way. It's pretty cool. And the version I learned, which is kind of like I want to say it's the millennial version, but that's a terrible term. Vogue Femme, which is it's like voguing, except it's like kind of like overly feminine motions, which is where you get like the hands, like the nice
It's more
flowy
wavy.
hands. You're like, yes,
Right?
yes.
Yeah.
Look, it's like Jessica Rabbit. Have you ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And she walks out and she is just like more hips than anything you've ever seen, and just I'm everything and I get all the boys, whatever. It's very much like that.
We now know the motivation. Okay.
Yep, so those are the three distinct styles of Vogue, and what you're seeing in Madonna's Vogue video is Old Way. Because it's, what year was that released? 95? Question mark? I don't know, I'm sorry.
You are throwing out all the facts today. We're going to have a little fact checker on the bottom.
Yeah, the House of LeMay should know that. I was, they're probably more up on their 90s trivia than I am. So yeah, great.
So we had a quick mention there of the ball culture, and I know we're not just talking about balls, like the bouncing kind, the soccer kind,
I was thinking when we were talking about balls, it was like a very formal, like a ball where you see in like Disney movies, right?
Oh, that's what you were thinking about?
Yeah. I went like total PG when I thought about balls. Okay. And so anyway.
Soccer balls are PG. I mean,
That's true.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking about
that's what I was thinking.
I said bouncing balls and soccer balls. I have no idea what you're
Tennis
talking
balls.
Okay. Okay.
So
Which of these balls?
Yeah, what balls are we talking about?
So the balls we're talking about, in like when people say like ballroom culture, I guess, is when. So I guess we started back 60s, maybe. I think it was earlier than the 60s. Fact check. So you had these, like the ballroom culture was made by Black and Latino, like queer people, and it was like a community centered around trans people, because back then, like everyone in New York, like if you wanted to go and be a model, if you wanted to go be a dancer, you would get told no, especially if you were non-binary, if you were trans, like nah. And so they made their own community where you can be that model, you can be that dancer, you can be like your own celebrity, and you're gonna get accepted for it. You're gonna get accepted for your work and not judged on like who you are as a person. In this scene, they have like a ball is like a competition. It's almost like you can almost think of it like a track meet. Almost, that's what I think of. So
we got
you
some
have
javelin shot
different houses. Like you mentioned, like the House of Extravaganza. You have like House of La Beja, House of Ebony, House of Milan. Like you have these houses. I
was gonna ask.
House of
So
LeMay.
is the House of LeMay, like, are they also voguers? I'm gonna have to test them to this.
So why I say it's like a track beat, you have all of these different categories. Like a category is, so you might have category is like European runway, and you'll have like whoever wants to compete, you have people from different houses competing, like who's the best.
It's like Harry
European
Potter.
Yeah, sure. And
Oh!
they'll compete against each other, and you have the judges who will like decide who wins, and you'll have like voguing, like different performance categories, and like people will compete from different houses. So that's why I say it's like a track meet. You have like different teams, and then you have people that walk all these different categories against each other. So that's what like a ball is. It's like it is kind of like if you were to see like Beauty and the Beast ball, everyone's coming into the ballroom, sitting at their tables, and you have the runway in the middle, the judges panel up there.
Wow, it really
And
kind of was more like.
yeah, except like
Wow.
obviously back
I'm, like,
then,
so
like
shocked
the
by this.
community that's putting on these balls aren't gonna have all this money. Obviously, they weren't like these privileged people in this 80th story, whatever skyscraper in New York, whatever. So they make the ballroom what they can make the ballroom, and it's all. Your attitude is all how you sell it. It's all your imagination. It's who you want to be. And you might be in the gym at the YMCA, but really, you are at the Staples Center. It's sold out. That's probably a terrible ballroom, the Staples Center. I'm sorry. You get my point.
Well, should we transform the VCAM studios into
a ballroom?
I don't see why not.
All right,
I
let's
wish
do
we
this
could,
right
like,
now. I want, yeah.
You want to snap the fingers and just
Yeah.
it's a ballroom now.
I want to. We should do some of this. I want to learn how to shuffle. God damn it.
You want to shuffle?
Yeah.
You wanna
will
shuffle?
Will you show me how to shuffle?
In heels, it
Yeah.
can be done.
Oh, good.
It's dangerous.
Pick up anything.
Oh.
I've been looking to break a new limb.
I can show you what it is though.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's. We'll just be right back. We're gonna. We're gonna rearrange the studio and get some shuffling done.
We're gonna shuffle.
We're gonna shuffle.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back, and we are going to shuffle. Is this the Australian shuffle?
The Melbourne.
Melbourne
The
shuffle,
Melbourne.
yeah. Well, actually, yeah. There's actually an Australia. There's a bunch of different styles of the shuffle too. Kind of like voguing, how when people pick it up from like different countries or whatever, they kind of add their own style. Depends on what music. There's way too many of them to go over. But the style that I kind of do is called the Melbourne rocking. Yeah, it's kind
Fat Joe, lean. No, was that?
Lean
was that,
with it, rock.
Was that Fat Joe? No, that's
have no
different.
idea what
Lean
that
back was Fat Joe. Big Fat Joe fan. No.
Okay, so shuffling, it's really it's like a freestyle dance. It has two components to it. The one you can probably do the easiest in heels.
Yes.
Is the first component is the running man. So you want. It's not your Janet Jackson running man though.
Okay.
The shufflers get really pressed when you like start doing it.
Here we go.
So you want you have your feet kind of just chilling apart, and so you're basically gonna make like a triangle with your feet, right? So you're gonna the back foot is
Okay.
gonna go up and then down, while this foot goes back. So it's gonna look like this, like that. And then-
We're gonna fall.
so we're gonna go up. So one foot's in the air, one's on the ground, and they're at the center. And then
I took a step forward. That's all
you
I
gotta
did.
be brave in heels, and you gotta be safe in
So
heels. 'cause
back
ain't
goes
nobody-
up first, like
Yep.
this, and then like that.
Wait,
That
Maybe
is
not so much.
fine for heels. Yeah.
Wait. Well, I don't want to know about fine for heels. I want to win. I want to win the ball, girl. So,
Yep.
so which one?
The one that when the
Wait,
back goes
what?
up,
Okay.
and then the one in the back ends up.
I'm already hot.
So you're basically making a
my
Turn those air
triangle.
conditioners back on. Okay, I'm making a triangle.
Yeah.
I can't. So,
My neck is making noise.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Then
Yeah,
you
look at
added
that.
your own little flair to it.
Slay
whatever.
girl.
But, I mean, with heels, you do what you can without falling down.
okay,
Okay.
can we do
So-
some hand movement voguing? Like, I feel like I could do that in heels.
We can do voguing. Oh yes, yes,
Vogue,
yes.
vogue,
Hands
vogue.
to hands works. Okay,
Okay,
so
great.
voguing is a lot of let's see. I can teach you waves. Waves are really fun to do. And you can do it in heels really easily. It works really well with performance. So in voguing, like when people are like doing like hands performance, you'll
Hands.
see a lot
Sing it
of
with them
like
hands.
people. Yes, yes, yes. Like a lot of like flowy hands all over the place. Look at me. Yes. And how you do that is actually really easy.
Okay.
So what we're picturing here is, or what you're gonna like kind of try to do is almost like you're drawing these like circles and round shapes with your wrist.
Art.
Your wrist is what's moving around, and your hand just stays limp. So that's how you get this nice, flowy. Yes.
Oh, like those like
I feel-
inflatable people.
I was just about to say that.
A little more grace, but yeah, like, it's
What's that graceful about
I was doing this.
but yes, that's how you can get these nice, smooth, feminine movements.
Vogue.
They don't
See,
have to
I
be
feel like I
fast.
can
You
do this a
take
lot
your
better.
time.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
yes,
then
yes.
you can bring it together into poses. Poses.
This is too much.
Can we go back to our mannequin challenge?
The mannequin challenge.
Is that the posing that we're talking about?
It can be. So what the poses in voguing come from basically like what you would see in Vogue magazine, where you see people like doing all these modeling poses. Because back then, if you were
Mind
if you
blown.
were
Yeah, I
like
didn't know
Black
this.
Latino, if you were queer, if you were trans, ain't nobody gonna put you in a magazine. So what do? Well, in the ballroom culture, then you put yourself in the magazine. You make all your poses. You show everyone that you can be that model. And that's where a lot of the poses come from.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm so glad we're doing this because I'm really learning things.
That's why
mean,
it's called
yay.
that's why it's called like voguing, is because you're magazining. Like, Vogue
Wow.
Yeah.
I have learned so much today.
Maybe everyone knew this, and I was just like, that,
Well,
like,
I've seen Paris is Burning. I feel like
Okay,
that's
yeah.
what everyone should see.
Yeah, that's a really good documentary. There's another one that came out this year, maybe called Kiki. I haven't
Kiki.
seen it yet. I think it's available on iTunes for purchase. But yeah,
Wow.
that's another ballroom scene documentary. I haven't seen it, so I don't know exactly what it focuses on, but it's worth the watch. A bunch of people in the community that are really well respected have plugged for it, so I would
Nice.
definitely check that out on iTunes.
awesome.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much
I have
for
to cool off because all that triangling.
yes,
running.
and our inflatable arm man. But we will be right back once we're able to set up with our next guest. Thank you so much, Mecca.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.